Hi, hello, and welcome to another Definitely Not stream where I, your host, Definitely Not Vlad, will be playing some Protection Warrior. We now have the 4 set, which I'm very excited about. I've already seen myself blast some crazy amounts of damage in today's video, which if you haven't watched, I recommend watching it. I think it's a pretty fun one. And Awesome Jim. Awesome Jim comes in with 2 months now. Yippee, 2 months now, they say. I'm glad you decided I was worth it. I appreciate it. We have Blue Eye Demon 01 coming in with every single DNV emoji in the chat. NT says, Vlad, what's up, bro? How are you doing this evening? I'm doing good. I'm excited to see how much DPS I can do, because I did a 3.63 million overall, and I wasn't really even focusing on the damage here, so I'm looking forward to see what I can really do. Gotta assert dominance with the RP walk. I love that one guy in YouTube comments saying you trolled. Just tell me you RP walk through a dungeon as a tank and pull 1 pack at a time without telling me. Okay. Yeah, I asked him, like, I took ownership, even during the video, of one pull where I feel like I may have killed the group by accidentally pulling one mob. But other than that, I can't see what other thing I caused deaths with. But this just looks like some kind of moron. How do you get that mount? This one specifically is from the last boss in Stone Vault. You get a quest item that starts a quest, actually. And you do that quest, you have to go and collect different trinkets from different bosses in the War Within dungeons. How are you feeling about the stash a month later? Has it been a month? Oh my god. I don't think it's been a month. But I feel good about it. I feel like I look good. The stubble's coming in pretty strong. It's not really even stubble anymore. It's like a baby beard. And I'm feeling good about it. Hey, Selfie. All right. Let me see here now what we can do. Actually, I never opened this. I never did get my extra charge. Now I did. There we go. I also want to send all of this crap to my bank character. I have no reason to keep this in my inventory. Hey, sounds like Mike. Not watching the midnight thingy? What is the midnight thingy? Salfreal, I don't know if there was something special going on regarding midnight. Is there some kind of special thing that Blizzard's hosting about it, or what? A deep dive about midnight with Eon Hezekostas. Yeah, I'll just look at somebody's notes about it because they yap on quite a bit. They embellish it very heavily, and usually you can get like 3 sentences out of it. It's for the Chinese audience. Oh, so they're like talking about mobile games? Oh, sorry. Let's see here. I would like to do a bunch of 8 keys today. We did manage to get 2002 rating out of that godforsaken run that we did on stream, or not on stream, for the video today. But I will be going and doing some 8s. Not floodgates, though. I'm done with floodgate for now. We're gonna look for everything else, basically, though. Why not? I'm down to do pretty much anything other than Halls of Atonement. For that, I need just like a moment to collect myself. I can't do that as the first run of the day. It's going to make me very, very sad if I do. No, we've already been invited into a gambit. I'll take it. Poor Vlad is gonna avoid double hunters from now on. I had no choice. I joined somebody's group, so... All I could do was sit there and watch them. Well, to be fair, one of them was completely useless. They neither kicked nor interrupted. Neither kicked nor did damage. The other one was just doing okay damage, but didn't kick a single thing, and kept pulling for me. So it was a wombo combo. The amount of hunters and queues is actually insane. Yeah, because they're doing well. Like, Beast Mastery is stupid easy to play, and it's blasting the DPS, so... Vlad flexing on DPS, the stream just started. I can do more. Honestly, you should hit them with a dad stash quote if you beat a DPS, and damn, not mad, just disappointed. I should hit them with that, shouldn't I? Maybe. What was this anyway? I think this was a gambit. At least I hope it was a gambit, otherwise I'm teleporting there for no reason. What is my current gear? 704 item level. I'll show you more in a second when the loading screen is done. Yeah, 704 item level with 4 set. We're rocking Sack Brood and Sephorium Pacemaker. Salfriel says, hydrate. Well, I was cracking open a cold one as you did that. Hey, Sergeant Smash. Okay, I really hope this is a gambit. Okay, it is a gambit. Good. Okay, the party lead has a gambit. Whew. Was worried for a second there, honestly. For sure, but no one actually plays them well. People flock to the OP classes, then do terrible in terms of numbers and utility. Oh yeah, for sure. Flavor of the month rerollers usually suck ass. But when a class is simple enough, like BM or Frost DK in its current iteration and stuff like that, you can sort of see some good numbers. Let's use our consumables and get going. Red Paladin as well? Oh yeah, Red Paladin's very simple. That's true. Already check went out without our healer even being in the dungeon. That's interesting. Just had a very similar experience with a hunter in your 4+14 flood. Why does that not surprise me though? I doubt they were as bad as my 2 hunters. Do you have time to show the WeakAuras how to make one? Like when you're missing a buff? Let's see if I can show you how to make one before this is over. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to pre-made auras. You're going to pick an icon of the appropriate size, 40 or bigger, maybe even. You look for buffs, and let's say you want a WeakAuras to remind you that you need to use, I don't know. That you don't have shield block up. You're going to grab this, you're going to click show only if buffed, and you're going to leave it there. You can name it shield block reminder. Reminder guide. Let's call it that because I already have reminder. Then you have to go to trigger, and you have to make sure that down here you switch from auras found to auras missing. So if you don't have that buff, that's when you want this to be active. Now you're going to add another trigger, and this one is going to be for player unit info. Under conditions, this one, and then if you're in combat. So if these two are true, if you don't have shield block and you're in combat, this WeakAuras is active. You then go to animations, you add preset, and you add shake. You put that under main, not just for start or just for the finish. The main animation is preset shake. You then go to display, you will by default have a glow, you just turn show glow on. And now when you're in combat, it should be in the middle of your screen and shaking. That's pretty much it. There's some details like you can get rid of this text. You can remove the swipe thing. You don't need that. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I would just make it bigger, probably something like 60 by 60, just so it's more noticeable. And that is your little shake reminder. Hey, Fire Cowboy. You screen recorded the tutorial? I'm glad you did.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I do love the idea of Beast Mastery though. Range with 0 cast bar is so nice. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanna. That's kind of why I want to play it a bit.
3,
Maybe I
2,
play it just for a bit.
1.
All right, let's do this. I need to thunderclap these guys as well. Then we'll pull these guys in. We'll put a Ravager down here as they run in. They're gonna get hit by the Ravager. We're gonna reactivate our defensives as we keep going, and we should be good. Frost DK was blowing up that Shell Crusher rather than the Goliath, which led to some awkward situations with the aggro here, but we're all good. Alright, not bad. I'm keeping up with the, you know, not so overpowered DPS, but the the freaking Frost DK is impossible to keep up with. Alright. I'm trying my hardest here to just blast the bejesus out of the DPS. Like, genuinely, I'm just trying to DPS. I'm even making sure that everything else is secondary. And so far, so good. Your boy doing some good damage. I love it. More shield slam means more thunder blast means more DPS. Let's go, baby. Sorry, I'm a little quiet now. I'm actually focusing on doing good. Just doing good DPS. I'm playing a tank like Seeker. No! How far I've fallen. Seeker lives to top the damage meters. I'm not going to be topping the damage meters though, but I am going to be doing rather well for myself, I think. Oh my god. Yeah, it's like infinite thunder blasts. Holy shit. I'm finally paying attention to how many thunder blasts we have with this tier set, and it's kind of stupid. I didn't really pay that much attention to it while I was playing in the video today. I want to pull that group in as well. And thunder blast. The best thing is, while doing this, I'm so freaking safe. What the hell? Okay, we have a spear coming down here in a second. Like right now. These are going to start trying to scatter, and the spear is going to keep them stacked for a few seconds. Just while we can finish everything off. We got some pretty good damage. I need to adjust my my details. I need to move these numbers away from the side. Hopefully nobody rips aggro on these two in the back while I'm trying to move this along. I'm gonna ping here so somebody actually goes and activates the boss. Like one of the ranged, maybe. Instead of the druid standing in melee range, you should maybe go into the... And you know what? I'll do it myself. Fuck it. This is miserable for the melee, but I'm trying, ProstDK, I'm trying. There's not much I can do, it sucks for me too. I think everyone's holding for the boss, so these mobs are just living forever. Either that or the ProstDK is just not really able to DPS, which is also understandable, considering the amount of circles and crap on the ground. But there we go. I think we handled it. And people that are able to dispel themselves are not dispelling themselves, and we just buff the boss. I don't like that. You've been thunderstruck. Prot Pally does a lot of damage on that pull. Yeah. I never really did manage to get Prot Paladin to do a whole bunch of DPS, to be honest, though. Like, I really never really got that done. But here I'm trying my best to do a good chunk of damage. ¿Por qué no? Oh, of course. Go ahead and activate this. Watching the priest run back and forth. Alright, there we go. Maybe I should let the priest do the thing. I should probably let the priest do the thing. I think I'm a good bit faster than the priest. I wish I could warrior. I'm really bad at it. What makes you bad at it? Like, what do you struggle with? After 10s, you get one shot? Oh. Sounds like you don't have enough Ignore Pain running. Either not enough Ignore Pain or not enough, what's it called? Field block uptime. Need something to help you track that, probably. I'm just gonna stun these. They don't seem to recast it. Can we get the kill on El Jefe here? That's the question. Oh, maybe. Yes, nice. Almost. He almost started another intermission. Heartbreaking watching the priest run around like that. They've got no legs. Yeah, you just hear the squeaky wheelchair noises. You can pull all of those into boss pretty effortlessly because it's just a watcher feat. Nah, that sounds fucking miserable, bro. Like, yeah, nobody's gonna die, but nobody's gonna have fun either. And they're gonna sit there and they're gonna not be able to hit the boss because of circles. And it's gonna just be miserable. So, I don't know. No, I don't really want to do that to my DPS. Just did the last 9 out of 12? Yeah, but like, is that actually fun, having to constantly move out of the circles that you can't position anywhere else? Nah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound like a fun experience, and it sounds like a very inefficient DPS, because you end up spending way too much time with, like, downtime. Gonna AoE interrupt these guys, because nobody else is going to interrupt shit, apparently. It's okay. I got prepped for that today by the by the 2 hunters in my run. If only we had some kind of beam from the sun that could silence anything in an area, that would be so useful right now. If only we had something like that in the group that could happen. If only, dude. That would be so useful. Holy shit. Too bad we don't have anything like that. Too bad we don't have a balanced druid in the group. I think they're too busy ignoring the fact that they can dispel themselves, maybe. What tank you enjoy playing at the most so far? I think Bear. Bear the most. Prot Warrior or Prot Paladin second and third. It's really hard. It's a toss-up between the two. Then VDH, then Brewmaster, then Blood DK. Blood DK I genuinely thoroughly did not enjoy. I think Blood DK was mostly to blame, like, the fact that people just refuse to ever let me group anything as Blood DK. That was probably the worst part. But other than that, it was also just miserable. I don't know. I just don't like Blood DK. But that's like a personal preference. No actual objective opinion there. Yeah, that dude just moved away and did not stack for no fucking reason. So that was interesting. Okay, yeah, the priest has no fucking clue what's going on. He looks pretty lost in the sauce. Curious to see how the last fight's gonna look. If the healer doesn't know what's going on, somebody else is probably gonna have to do the soaks. And then if somebody else does the soaks, that can be pretty nasty. I see the healer's cutting us off by standing all the way back here. Luckily the DPS is decently high in single targets, so we're able to do this. I don't think we're going to have to run across. I think we just kill the boss here and that's it. There we go. I'm very thankful that it is not tyrannical. Because we were running out of space, we would have had to run back across and that would have been interesting. Skill issue detected, sodium detected. Stop calling me salty the second I point out someone's doing something wrong. Like, I wasn't salty. I just said that the priest was clueless. That's it. And the priest is clueless. Like, he doesn't know how the boss fight works. I'm going to AoE interrupt this, and then I'm going to just charge this way. I'm saving my interrupt, honestly. I can't be bothered kicking these bolts. Nobody's going to kick the other thing, and then it's going to be a clusterfuck trying to get it interrupted again. I am on the stairs. This is not ideal because the line attack from the Starseer can be a little bit wonky if you're on the stairs, but I'm going to make it work. He died before he did it anyway, so we good. Hey, nice. People are kicking because they realize that that really hurts when it hits them in the face. Alright, we don't have AoE interrupt here, and we're going to have 2 ritualists, so this might be interesting. Might be a little bit spicy. Double spell reflect on the ritualists. Good chunk of damage right there. Gives me top DPS for a second. We're going to stun this guy. Hopefully somebody follows it up with an interrupt here because they're going to be casting that AoE. I'm going to stun it. Somebody needs to kick this guy. There's only so much you can do, right? There's only so much you can do. Kick or die. I don't know, man. The druid would rather fucking go into bear form to roar than interrupt this. I can't. I can only kick so much, guys. I did have AoE interrupt available. I should have used it. I should have used it. We can double spell reflect again. Why is today International Don't Kick Day? Is that what today is? Because that's what it fucking feels like, bro. This is not the first time today that I'm not having things kick. Or not having people kick. I don't know why I'm being pinned. I'm going to assume that they are trying to ping something else. There's only one here, so I can just keep that one kicked. I don't care about the bolts. Somebody else can die to the bolts or kick the bolts. I don't care. My job is to interrupt the other thing. I had the AoE interrupt, so I just used it for the bolt there. Because why not? I didn't mean to stun it right when I started casting, but it just kind of happened. And there's the interrupt, and we're safe. Okay, there we go. That's every day, I thought. And nah, usually people kick at least a little bit, like, but lately I've just not been noticing any kicks at all. This healer also is just not it. He's doing obey WoW numbers of 1.6 mil HPS while everyone is dying. They're not a Void Weaver, but they're not really healing anyone with penance either. If they're a Void Weaver, then I really don't know what they're doing. Let's say they're learning. Death Grip goes out, interrupts that, and that works. I'm gonna move the boss because otherwise nobody's gonna fucking notice. I'll go and get the first soak done. I gotta look for aggro here. Taunt this guy, throw. Thunderclap will get aggro. And then I'll put spear down so they can't jump away. There we go. Kill this thing before people have some issues with it. We got very lucky. The priest was not positioned correctly, but we just got lucky. The person standing next to the priest realized that the priest was clueless, so they jumped over to the other side to get the spot. The hunter doesn't seem to understand how the thing works either. If he could move faster, he would probably give us multiple soaks or multiple dots. I guess +8 keys are now the learning keys. We do have a CR available. Hopefully the DK does use it. Okay, that worked out. Wow, okay. Ah, of course, it's the priest. Just gonna shut up and try to focus here. I'm gonna get this started because energy fragmentation is about to go out. There we go. Oh, we got a champion cloth piece. This is for when I play a priest. Don't need to reroll because I got a 6. We're gonna peace out. Okay. It's a nuisance, but sometimes I just type kick or something in the chat quick. Sometimes they'll adjust. Yeah, I usually type kick or die, and that gets people going. Have you guys talked about more content together, or was once enough? Who are you talking about, Sergeant Smash? Or like all the creators, the creator challenge thing? You mean like I mentioned Obey WoW, so with the other content creators? Yeah, we talked about doing something later in the season. From what I saw, people were mostly keen. I think only Obey WoW didn't really say that he I think only Obey WoW didn't say that he was keen for it, but I don't think he said that he didn't want to do it either. So I think it was just kind of checked out. But yeah, I'd be down to do it again for sure. But this time with like people playing roles they understand and want to play. To the druid between pulls to AoE silence, then Stash has to babysit sometimes. I don't know, man. They were Sukablat Roblox gang, so I have no fucking idea. They were their name was in Cyrillic, so when I see a Cyrillic name, my assumption is they do not speak English at all. That's my first guess. All right, I wanted to go to DE options and I wanted to adjust a few things, the text on these bars. Make that 55. That seems to work fine. And then this needs to be like 85, I would imagine. Don't know where to check that, like the third number. Yeah, I think that's good. These numbers were a bit too close together. I didn't like that. I'm making some changes to the UI to make it a bit more readable for videos. Because these were pretty small and people couldn't read the names and stuff and the numbers. My experience of Team Roblox is that they're OP or dog toilet. Yeah, they're usually pretty bad. I don't know. It usually goes towards the end of being pretty shit, in my experience personally. Because there's a different sort of, I don't know actually. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe I'm just having a bad take. I don't know. Swanky Salad just followed this minute. In 5 minutes, we had Evil Doctor follow as well. Thank you for the follows, guys. Appreciate that. That's some great single target damage. What, by me? Did I do good single target? Let me check. No, I didn't. They did pretty good on a Hooktail, but on Solia, they did dog shit. And by they, I mean everyone. Although the DK was consistently good, that's always nice. Cool. 3 million overall right now. Not too bad. Let's keep going. We've done now Solia's Gambit. Let's look for some other 8s to do. Excuse me. A Dawnbreaker. Yeah, I'll do a Dawnbreaker. I'll break some Dawns. Oh, there we go. I just applied to one key and I get invited. That's so silly. Alright, nice. We have 2 ranged. Hopefully they're not stupid and know how to position on the first boss. But we'll see. I shouldn't say stupid, but I will say careless. Alright, that was Dawnbreaker. Let's go. No Dawn is safe. All of them will be broken, Sergeant Smash, you know that. Have you tried the Execute build? Very fun in lower keys. I've seen it. I don't know. It seems clunky. Seems like I'd be spending a lot of rage on spamming Execute. And it kind of conflicts with the priorities for Mountain Thane. I assume it's more of like a Colossus build kind of thing. Is it Spark or Charge week? Wasn't the belief that I'll get a charge for the Catalyst? You were wrong. I think it's Spark week. We're at 10 fractured sparks now. There was no charge of Catalyst. Otherwise, my Druid would have a charge of Catalyst to catalyze the shoulder I got. I have a champion tier piece shoulder, and I got a myth one from the vault, as seen in the video today. And I thought I could terrify it, but I didn't actually have one. Want to watch the Midnight Deep Dive with me? It's 39 minutes, or can I watch it on my own, like later together? You can watch it on your own. You can tell me what happens, or, you know. Actually, never mind. Let's watch it together, unless you're like super excited to watch it right now. Let's watch it together later. That could be fun. We could get hyped about it, or something. I don't know. Dawnbreaker is my struggle dungeon. You really have to know where you're going. Yeah, and your group also has to know. But I have a route down that's pretty easy to follow for me personally, and I kind of like it. Are we gonna get a ready check at some point, or are we just gonna sit here and kind of chillax? Okay, there's the ready check. Couch cuddles and tea? Hell yeah. I might even settle for some tea right now because I have this swollen taste bud. It's kind of painful on my tongue. Maybe some tea would be nice. Oh, no ready check. No pull timer. No nothing. Just everyone clicked ready. Time to go.
3, 2,
Okay, it's getting to that point of the season where all the newbies are now playing. They've done their 52 delves, they're ready for it. They have full hero gear. They're ready to do mediocre damage like nobody's business. I've been upgraded to priority monitor. Very impressive. All right, I'm waiting for these guys. Okay, somebody already hit them, so unfortunately the ritualist is just not going to go anywhere. I'm going to use a big defensive here. We're going to kick this, and I'm just going to move these guys up to this guy so we can cleave him, actually. Because there's nothing I can do to group him with us. I think the breath went out from the DK, and the breath hit the ritualists in the background. That's what it looked like to me, at least. But I could be wrong. We popped a Lust here. Makes sense. It's Fortified week, and it's a +8, so we only have Fortified. We don't have to save it for boss or anything. In general, the idea is to Lust here so you have it soon enough, or for multiple Lusts in the dungeon. If you Lust first boss, you don't have it as many times in the run. Okay, why am I second in DPS on this poll? I don't know, but that is slightly concerning. More Thunder Blast. More energy, more passion. More footwork. Okay, more footwork. AD spam, AD spam. More footwork, AD spam. I'm just standing here waiting to get healed. I'll just wait for this to run out before I get into combat so I don't buff the mobs. There we go. No, don't kick it. I'm trying to spell reflect it. Dang it! Swanky Salad coming in with the Prime sub. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I know that you know all the current dungeons, but did have the MDT on a secondary screen to help. Did you have MDT? No, I didn't. I would open it up like near the end of polls to see what the next thing is for the first few runs of a dungeon after I decide on a route. But for the most part, it just comes from, you know, repetition is the mother of knowledge. You just run it a whole bunch and you learn it. Somebody asked me how many times I need to run a dungeon before I know the route, and I answered 3 to 4, which feels about right. Bro, Thunder Blast spam, what the hell? Alright. I'm just going to use Last Stand to remove this heal absorb from myself. Since we can't remove the spells or anything. Okay, there we go. We got the buffs. Now I'm going in. Nice, we got a spell reflect in. Before anyone could reach the boss, I got a spell reflect in. Also, please ignore the fact that I just hamstringed the boss. I accidentally pressed shift 3 instead of 3, and it's... yeah, anyway. By the way, how do you guys like... did you even notice that there are different damage numbers on the screen right now? There's the icons, and it's much more visible that I am actually, you know, doing damage to the boss. The numbers, or the damage numbers are showing up quite clearly. Is this half-fix this week? I was hoping it would be balls. Ha. No balls. Only misery. Okay, I'm standing here. People are flying away. That is unfortunate. They're just going to tick away to the damage, but I think the healer should be able to get everyone healed up. Nobody should die to this on this key level without tyrannical. So we're trying to get everything sorted here. Hopefully the mage doesn't just randomly stay up. Okay, never mind. See if we can move the boss as far away from that as possible. Okay, that seems to work. Beam goes out, we have space. Range DPS is stacking over there. The warrior did get hit by the beam. Hopefully he does something to help himself survive. Never mind, no spell reflect from me. People interrupt, that's fair. I'd rather have them screw up my spell reflects over and over and over again than never interrupt. That I would hate that even more. Moving away from those so the beam doesn't trouble anyone. Ooh, the shaman got clipped almost. The warrior and managed to step into it again. Doesn't seem to quite understand how the beams work. Isn't looking for it. Many kicks done by this DK. I appreciate that. My spell reflect doesn't, but I personally do. And boss should be going down now. We don't have to worry about anything anymore. We can go straight to El Jefe. Okay, I'm trying to ping on the ground here, not on my character that is nowhere near my cursor. Thank you, Blizzard.
2, 1.
There we go. I'm gonna interrupt this guy. Randomly step forward for no reason. And there we go. Keep the frontals on this side so nobody on the other side has to worry. We move after the first frontal ends. And easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's get a taunt on this tactician because it seems to have lost aggro due to the DK just popping the hell off. Did you see that? That's crazy. I am somehow beating the Fury Warrior in DPS, which is interesting to say the least. On this number of targets, the Fury Warrior should be doing quite well for himself. He might have some difficulty deciding on which button to press in his rotation, in the sense of it can be kind of annoying to determine whether you should be executing or using Raging Blow sometimes, because there's a lot of situations where you really want to make sure you keep your execute buffs rolling. But all is well. You don't need damage, just need people to actually do their tactics, and we should be fine. Good grips. This DK is really, really good. Not just this, he's doing a shit ton of damage, and he's interrupting a whole bunch. I can't really ask for much more from a player, honestly. When I see that shit, makes me happy right in my meow meow. Just like seeing Danny or something, you know? That kind of giddiness. Hit the warrior with the "I'm not mad" quote. That. At the end of the dungeon. At the end of the dungeon. I'm joking. I won't. That's Dad Stash's thing. This isn't Dad Stash, so there's no point. Back my ass up into the corner here. Make sure I'm not bothering anyone with that circle. Trying to get it as far away from other people as possible. Within reason, of course, considering I am, you know, stuck in a corner. That's me in the corner. Sticking with the 3 sub goal? Come on, man. Me. Sorry, I couldn't think of anything. I didn't have enough time to think of any sort of cool stream goal. Sorry about that. Question about your ignore pain timer. How did you get it to show the damage mitigated too? I overlaid another bar that shows you the percentage here. So the top of this semi-transparent bar is 100% and the bottom is 0. And yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it. So I overlay that on top of the bar that shows the timer, and that's the WeakAuras. 5 sub daily goal, but really 10. I mean, people are more than welcome to go for more than 3. I keep myself humble because I don't know. I don't want to set the expectations too high because I have no reason to. No reason. That sounds ungrateful. What I mean to say is, I'm not doing anything special today. I'm not doing any special kind of stream. I'm just streaming, so I can't expect more than the. Like, I can't even say bare minimum. I don't know, man. I'm kind of trapped in a situation where whatever I say, I sound like a dickhead. But yeah. Yeah, you keep staring, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. God damn it, this DK just does not quit with the interrupts. I'm gonna move the mini boss here into this arch. Oh, this might be a little bit. Ooh, that shaman's very much dead. Oh no. Okay, the shaman reincarnated. We should be fine. Okay, we have lust for boss. We can go boss and then do trash. After all those subs yesterday, I'm curious to see how long it takes until Danny Nuggy's goal is back. Those are usually mutually exclusive. Subs pay rent, donations do nuggies. Pit of Saron is coming back as like an M+ dungeon. That could be interesting. I wonder how they're gonna make it actually, you know, difficult. Because, you know, it's Wrath Lich King dungeon. You like that dungeon a bunch? Yo, I'm curious if the hilt is going to be the broken hilt quest item is going to be dropping there on M0 or something. Imagine, and then you can do the quest line, get a current thing. Maybe not. Shit, man. I'd be happy even if it wasn't the current thing, to be honest with you. Algathar Academy. Oh, nice. A lot of people were super happy about. Will be super happy about that because it is a crazy fun dungeon. Surprised that we're already getting Dragonflight dungeons back, but I guess they're going for the fan favorites where there's gigantic pulls. Vlad has sub goals like an average WoW streamer with 2 viewers. No, the average WoW streamer has 4 viewers. Thank you very much. The median WoW streamer has... yeah, never mind. Is the Chamois totemic or Farseer? Looking at this, I would say totemic. He's using rain, so he's definitely totemic. Either that or he's playing Farseer wrong. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Yeah, and healing rain seems to be a whatchamacallit, the totem, so I think it's totemic. Guys, I'm kind of excited to play all healers, all 10s. I actually think that might be really fun. I'm gonna have to learn a bunch of specs. Like, I've never healed as Holy Priest. I've never healed as Resto Shaman. Stuff like that. Those things are going to be interesting to learn. Do we know when Midnight drops? Probably mid-February. That's my guesstimation from when they announced it. Back in Gamescom. Not saying I'm correct, but that is my guesstimation. Do you think you'll have the damage patterns down? Oh, big damage coming in from Ix in 5 seconds? Probably, because at this point I know exactly, like, I've done the dungeons so many times that I know that, and I can already pay attention to it. Back before I healed a bunch in like a few of these 0 to hero things, I was pretty bad about it, but now I'm a little bit better about it. That is us done. Thanks, bud. I know where to go. This DK's a little bit rude, I think. I'm giving you ridiculously good pulls and a very fun run, and I'm doing tactics perfectly. I don't think you need to ping me and tell me where to go, bud. He pings me in that I'm up there before even he is. Okay. Nice, good grip. The aggro on these mobs that the architect summons in is always so weird, man. So weird every time. The mage kicked the thing that was casting at me, and I kicked the thing that was casting at the mage. That's funny as hell. There we go. We used our AoE interrupt to make sure that we reach that guy for the interrupt, and now we're big chillin'. My piss is gold? Oh, like it's me, your boy Asmon gold. I guess that's the reference. I'm waiting for mana. Healer's drinking. 85% is plenty, bud. Hi, Marcus. How are you doing? Are you fully recovered from your plague, by the way? I never did ask you. You give me my WoW fix. I've been on Battlefield BL4. I don't know what BL4 is. I haven't had a vault opening in 2 weeks. Oh damn, you've been away. I'm gonna ping that. Maybe somebody notices it. Nice. People are doing the mechanic. Isn't that wonderful? Oh no. Okay, I thought our shaman might be bugged out. Sometimes people are unable to use the bombs. Like, they can't use their extra action button sometimes when they get to the dude. And they just blow up. Borderlands 4? Oh, okay.
5.
I'm tired as heck, but I'm good. Yes, I have been fully dispelled from the multi-stack disease. Yeah, it was stacked to hell, man. You were 99% fucked. I almost fell into the trap of not... Hold on, my brain's lagging. I almost got distracted again. This will happen sometimes on this boss fight because I have to sit here and wait for the boss. I will literally start looking at my other monitor and doing other shit because it's like I have to wait 10 seconds before I can do something, so I get bored. And I just don't do anything. Or I just look at, start doing something else, I should say. It's a curse. Oh my god, I beat the Fury Warrior in DPS. What the fuck? It's a 704 Fury Warrior. What is the issue, bud? I think he might not have Forset. That's going to make a big difference for him when he gets Forset. It feels like he doesn't have Forset. He also has a really shitty trinket. Let me take a look at his build. I'm not doing this to rag on him or anything. I'm just curious what he's running. Yeah, it's the standard build for right now. For Slayer, this is what you run. Let me check his gear. I think his gear might be like... no, Bud has Forset. He's just... That's really weird. Why is he doing so little damage then? Let me just check here real quick. Oh, we got this. Thank you for the... I'm really curious how come the guy is doing so little damage. Ask if he uses the one button rotation. Oh, that could be the thing. I don't think he does, because I'm looking at his like damage breakdown and it looks relatively correct. Enrage. Oh, honey. He's not keeping himself enraged much. Enrage should be a lot closer to 100% than to 50%. Let's put it that way. That is a little bit surprising. He's probably heard that you can use that you can just mash Rampage or mash Raging Blow instead of Rampage, but that's not how that works. What people mean when they say using Raging Blow instead of Rampage is outside of having to refresh in Rage, you use Raging Blow in AoE rather than using Rampage, even if you're capped on Rage. So he's having a bit of a rough one with that one. He has good uptime on Ashen Juggernaut though. That's good. He's getting a lot of executes in. Execute is up there in the damage department. Blade Storms all around. That's pretty good. And you can see he's used more Raging Blows than Rampages, which is normal. But it's also doing more damage, which means he's just letting Enrage drop a lot, which is his downfall, because Enrage is very, very important. Anyway, I don't know how add-ons work, but the ones that rely on some API thing are going to be gone. Already in midnight? Ooh. So the API is basically information being provided to add-ons. Combat hooks, yeah. I think from what they've described, what they're gonna do is they're gonna kill. And this is my guess now, and I'll be able to confirm when I watch the Q&A, but my guess is they want to kill basically any information regarding combat is not going to be available to add-ons. So there's going to be a lot of add-ons that are going to be fucking useless. So anything that you read from the combat log is probably going to be worthless. They said they'll be changing the API thing and will make most add-ons not be able to get real-time info. Nameplates, unit frames are still customizable. Probably customizable, but not like to... They're customizable in the sense of you can change how they look, but you can't in real time change how they look depending on what's happening in combat, right? So, for instance, there's people that run on Shadow Priest. They'll run a plater script that changes the color of the plater bar to a different color if it doesn't have Vampiric Touch on it. So that way they can manage Vampiric Touch a little bit better. And that's not going to be a thing anymore. Stuff like that. Also, probably anything to do... These kind of WeakAuras are all going to be gone, so I better get fucking used to using the cooldown manager. Oh my god, it's going to fucking suck, bro. Late tuning in... Very long day. Good news, though. It's chill time. Good news indeed. Hi, Callum. Sorry you had a long day. Resto Shaman is your easiest healer. I don't think Resto Shaman is the easiest healer, but it is a reactive healer, so it's easier than some. I don't know. I have a very bad... I have a very bad memory about Resto Shaman, where I decided to heal for the first time in a key in season 2 of Dragonflight. And I did it as a Resto Shaman, and I had no fucking clue what I was doing. We timed it with 3 stars. It wasn't an issue, but I was so stressed out that I just never touched healing for a good long while after that. Let's put it that way. Big chilling? Yes, indeed. Disc Priest is probably easiest. Maybe Oracle Disc Priest. But Void Weaver Disc Priest can be pretty difficult because you need a lot of uptime and sometimes you can't get it. That's my 2 cents though. And what the fuck do I know? I'm just some dude on the internet. So we did a Dawnbreaker. Let's take a look for the rest of these dungeons. Awakawa. Let's look for an Awakawa. And the Priory? Why not? Hold on. What's this group look like? Nah, it's okay. A Streets. I wouldn't say no to a Streets. Dude, there's so many freaking hunters everywhere all the time. It's crazy. Do you prefer tanking over other roles? I prefer melee DPS, Lord Cartman. When's the series with LB Ninja kicking off? It's not really going to be a series. It's going to be us just streaming together at the same time, playing together. I don't think I'm going to make videos out of it unless I see a very easy opportunity to do so. I think what he's going to do is he's going to make a series out of the streams and whatnot. I still think Oracle is the easiest, but yeah, just my opinion. Yeah, no, Oracle Disc Priest is very, very easy to heal with. You just Penance Shield. Oh, AoE damage, Radiance, Penance Shield, that's it. What do you think of the new drops? You mean the trading post stuff? Or what do you mean? If it's the trading post stuff, it's in the video. I talk about it in the video today. It's pretty cool. I bought the Horseman suit and the Horseman mount. Stream drops? Oh, there's stream drops? I probably need to enable those or do something about it. I haven't really taken a look at it. All 10s, all healers is going to be a good series. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Yep. Can you kill stream and come gossip? What? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna kill the stream. Is that a troll or actually upcoming all healers, all 10s? Probably actually upcoming. A lot of people have asked me to do it, like if that's next. And they said it with a hopeful sparkle in their eye that I somehow managed to read through the chat messages. So I think we're going to be doing all healers, all 10s. It also kind of just makes sense to keep the series going. It's doing very good for my channel. You guys seem to be enjoying all tanks, all 10s. So, you know. Honestly, I'm worried about DBM because I wouldn't expect them to integrate all combat pings to old stuff. Yeah, but for old stuff, do you really need it? HOTS buffs, debuffs for healers in raid frames. And you'll be able to change the appearance of everything. That is key. Just I tried the other... Like a week or so ago, I went into like a follower dungeon and tried to set up default unit frames to make sense for me. And I gave up within like 2 minutes. It just, the level of customization is just miserably bad. So it's not really a thing. What's your most feared healing class opposed to your most acquainted? I'm going to enjoy Holy Paladin the most. I can already tell that much. Like we're going to stomp Holy Paladin. Easy fucking peasy. My most feared... Probably... That's a good question, actually. What do I look forward to the least? Preservation. Probably preservation, because preservation requires a lot of combos that I have to pay close attention to. So commentating with preservation is going to be difficult for the videos. Other than that, I can't think of a healer that really is like, oh no. Resto Shaman's reactive, Holy Priest is reactive, Oracle Disc Priest is reactive. I'm not going to play Void Weaver. Holy Paladin's reactive. Resto Druid now is semi-reactive-ish from my understanding, so Resto Druid's going to be pretty easy too.
3, 2,
Mistweaver is going to be interesting, I guess. We'll see how that works out. So yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Prez just will require me to just keep pumping healing. But I am finally acquainted with Prez from having done the other series with Preservation Evoker. Sorry, this is a little difficult for me to pull. I'm trying to make it work. There we go. That's so nice of people. They actually grabbed all the stuff for me. Look at this dude just chilling over there. So we got the fear interrupt. Everything is grouped. Couldn't be much better than this, I gotta admit. Gotta admit. Nope, our healer died somehow. What the heck? What did our healer stand in? Huh? I'm so confused. How did our healer die? I guess it doesn't matter. Especially if people kick the web bolts. There's no AoE damage here or anything like that. That was so weird. What did our healer die to? You really just start spamming a shield block and shield charge on cooldown, bud? You really need to get the fuck out of my chat if you're gonna try and backseat game for me like that. That's such a fucking rude thing to say. Bro, I'm stomping these dungeons and you're like, you really need to start doing something. That was rude, man. I don't know, man. That was just a shitty comment. I have like 90% uptime on a shield block. I have almost 100% uptime on Ignore Pain. I really don't feel like I need to get that kind of feedback. The Warrior Scream effect? Yeah, the Berserker Shout thing. It's hard to pick up because you have to drop some talents that are worth more, but I can imagine a few situations where you're like, I'm glad I have this talent. But usually you could avoid getting feared unless it's like a dungeon mechanic or something. Like, what was that dungeon? The one with the maze, Mist of Tyrna Scythe on the first boss where you get feared inevitably. And then you just have a shaman drop Tremor Totem. Or a shaman forget to spec into Tremor Totem. Have you done Brew yet? Yes, I have. I've done everything except for Prot Warrior. Prot Warrior we're doing right now. And we're gonna get another set of ads. You got the attendant in the group up as well with the AoE interrupt. Valorant sub gifting ended. Yeah, it's I think it was a September thing, which I guess made yesterday that much better for everyone. This shaman is rough for, or sorry, this dungeon is rough for shaman with the long cooldown poison dispel. Yeah. And especially during this affix, because you want to use the poison cleansing totem for the affix as well. So there's like a wombo combo of issues for our shaman specifically. I want to pull these two as well. Alright, we're gonna set up here. Well, that knockback was not necessary. Just gotta stand between the boss and the mobs. Alright. We blew them up, so it doesn't really matter. Holy shit, the DPS in this group is kind of crazy. Yeah, we're just gonna kill the boss. This is like a normal dungeon right now. Holy shit. What is this DPS? Holy moly. And a yoink back on that. Perfect. We just stomped this thing. Holy shit. You can only dispel poisons with the poison cleansing totem, but the affix, any dispel works on this affix. So magic, disease, poison, curse, anything. Bleed, anything works. Actually, I don't know about bleed. If I bop someone, will that actually protect them from it? That's a good question. I gotta check that now. Bleed cleanse works if Evoker gets the 2. Okay, okay. Still curious if Bop works though. So bleed cleanse does work. The question is, does Bop? Okay, we're just gonna wait here. I don't want to pull the patrol. I just want to pull the web mage. Yo 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 yo. Hey guys, now come on now, y'all. How did people get aggro off me before I even managed to like get to the mobs to aggro them? Holy shit. Yeah, paladin popping cooldowns, I guess, and shit. Or maybe Starfall going from the previous pull already gripped aggro. Need to be more careful since I have the druid in the group now. Stormbolt and Bear Roar, stun from Shaman. Hoping somebody kicks this. Nice. You could dispel the affix, or you could Beacon of Virtue and press Holy Shock 2 times. Sure. I think on higher key levels, like the higher the key level, the more... Oh shit, this isn't going right. On higher key levels, it starts being too big of an absorb, so you just opt for like fewer globals from dispelling and people managing it. But I don't know, since it goes away at key level 12, it probably doesn't get that high. Okay, nice, we didn't pull that group, that's very good. Into impending victory here to make sure I heal myself. Next pull might be a bit of an annoying one because of the triple web mage in it, potentially. But this group should be able to handle it, I feel like. Alright, I have AoE interrupt. AoE interrupt here. We group everything up. There we go. It worked out. We killed the bug very, very quickly. I'm looking to interrupt one of these. Okay, bear roar, stuns, everything came out, blind, everything. Nobody wanted the volley to go off. A little bit messy here because of the patrol not working out. Usually I'm able to pull the 2-mob patrol into this pack here with the 1 caster, and that works out quite well, but I didn't want to wait for it, so yeah, here we are. I'm gonna go and quickly grab these guys, like so. Oh, nice. That's really nice. We're gonna kick this. They keep charging over to the range, so we can't get them on top of the web mage, but everyone's able to cleave, so it's all working out. Now, maybe I should look for... With warrior, I could skip this blood guard, which would be really nice. I'm gonna drop a spear here. That should keep all the blood workers on top of each other so they don't jump around as much. Our healer is AFK? Offline? Not giving a fuck? I don't know. I didn't realize our healer wasn't there. Sorry, didn't see a message. The healer said 1 minute please, and I didn't see the message unfortunately, so... We'll see if they still need the 1 minute now. He seems to be good to go. Now he's not reading my message. Alright, let's point this frontal away from the group. We're standing in the middle of the room so that we don't have the boss charge across the entirety of the room. That would be really annoying for melee. My frontal goes this way. There we go. There we go. This group's single target DPS is really fucking nice. Just DPS in general is really, really good. I think boss is dead here in a couple of globals. There it is. Look at that. Alright, this is going to be a little bit annoying here, the upcoming part. I'm going to be a little bit nervous about this in 10s, to be honest with you, but we'll see how it works out right now. The reason I'm nervous here is because there might be some issues. Oh, nice. This is perfect. Trying to group up all these mobs, which means I'll probably lose aggro here in a moment. Yeah, see, like that. The healer got aggro? How did the healer get aggro? Nah, whatever. Doesn't matter. I guess he was trying to make sure I don't kick with the bucket. There's one carrier underground here, so that's wonderful. I can't do much about it. He's evading me right now. I'm gonna need dispels or freedoms. I have a leap ready for when the circles come out. I'm currently basically immobilized. Interrupt's coming up here in a second. We're gonna take care of that. I don't know. I think the answer is to this pull is to manage aggro first, then add to it, because the Overseer lives a decent bit. I guess. I don't know. That was a bit wonky. I apologize. Sorry about aggro issues. Oh, I didn't get that buff. God dang it. Yeah, I don't have AoE taunt here. I don't know what to do. No, one of these volleys is going out. I think I just overlapped kicks with people. Oh, I didn't get stunned. Nice. Why is this such a clusterfuck? Alright, nice. They finally didn't do anything glitchy and weird. I would have preferred to have these in the poll as well, but honestly, they're such a pain in the ass sometimes that it's kind of nice to have them get pulled afterwards. And this should be percent. Hot damn lad, that was a wild floodgate on your YouTube. Sheesh. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Those hunters were. They were interesting. Let's put it that way. They were interesting. One of them never kicked. The other one kicked twice. But the one that kicked twice sacrificed, I guess, 40% of their DPS to do it. So, I don't know, man. It was interesting to say the least. Why do I keep hamstringing like an idiot? I keep pressing hamstring for some freaking reason, man. Whew, almost stepped into another one. I avoided one. I avoided one swirly and almost stepped into another one. That would have been interesting. Alright. The boss should be dead here. What a stomp of a key, dude. What a stomp of a key. Almost a 3-star 9. Holy shit. Easy peasy. And we get some shoulders. I don't need shoulders. Does the paladin need them? I doubt it, but let's check. Nope, he has myth shoulders. What is the item level of this paladin? 713? That explains some things. Okay, look at that. Healer did great too for considering their item level 692. All right, 2 deaths, both from the priest. The first one was at the start of the dungeon, at the first mini boss. I don't know what happened. They just kind of died. And then the second one was, I think, because of aggro here near the, like at the entrance of this last boss zone. Oh, Cecil's here. Hi, Cecil. I feel like you could just tank all 10s already. Doesn't feel like you're struggling at all. Yeah, but then we would have like 3 episodes for the entire series. Usually if I get to do my like if I get pretty lucky with my pre-gearing, I can get to a point of gear where I can just go and do all 10s right off the bat. But then there's no progression sort of to it, and I finish a character very, very quickly, and that's not very conducive to a series on YouTube, you know, so I try not to do that. I say it in the videos as well, like I could just finish the series with this amount of gear. They got hit with those webs that make a swirly. Oh, okay. On the start of the dungeon? Is that why? Okay. Valor Stones are gone? Oh, okay. So the thing we've been telling them since Dragonflight is finally being done. That's really good. Dennis Albrecht says, yay, a Vlad stream to fall asleep to. Hell yeah, man. Peak background noise content that you can fall asleep to. That's how I know I've made it. We're just a little bit away from being able to craft something or recraft something with 720 at 720 item level. I'm thinking maybe crafting bracers might not be a bad idea, just to get another entire 720 piece. Funnily enough, bracers are incredibly expensive because they take a lot of ingots for some reason, or alloys, whatever, man. Monkey Paw. Valor Stones are gone, but crest limits are cut in half. Really? They're gonna slow the crests down that much? Damn, that's quite a bit. I guess, I don't know. That's gonna put more value on doing higher keys sooner in the season, because you'll get more gear from the keys earlier on, and you'll be able to skip more crests and get more value out of your crests then that way. Oh, you pulled that out of your fuck you, Listina. I was so convinced that they were doing that, dude. I mean, you're also my pick choice on second screen while Hardcore Classic bullies me. You're a Hardcore Classic enjoyer. I want to play a bit of that, but I never find the time. Although that being said, I've leveled a couple of times to like 30-ish on Classic, like Era Classic. And it's just, like, I just get bored. It just gets so boring because the quests get a little bit sparse and I don't know where to go next. And all the quests are a drag, and it's, I don't know, it just gets a bit boring. Maybe I just need to look up a guide or something to see which quests to do. Enjoy it has to be put in quotation marks. Dude, if you don't enjoy it, why are you playing it? Oh, you enjoyed the friend you play with. Well, that is good enough. That is good enough. I'm going to drop Spear and use Thunderous Words here and see how that does for my deeps. I'm curious to see if that does better for me, because I feel like it might be pretty powerful. Because when I look at my damage, Rend is second, and being able to increase its damage every 45 seconds for about 8 seconds sounds pretty dang good. To me, at least. So, not bad. Now, regarding auras, 87% uptime on Ignore Pain, 74% uptime on Shield Block. Shield Block could use some work, but I think I mostly run out of it in single target fights or near the beginning of pulls where I have Shield Block or, sorry, Shield Wall running to compensate, so I think I'm okay. Oh no, Marcus is turning into a Discord mod. My rule of thumb with the quests is use questy add-on to nearly 100% the area, then move on. I see. Well, my issue is I run into, like, areas have sort of like elite quests, and I hate having to group with people in Classic. It's just so boring. Because one person will be like, yeah, I'll do it. They're on the other side of the zone. You have to wait 2.5 hours for them to do whatever small tasks they're doing, and it's just very, very irritating to have to wait for someone. But then again, I didn't play hardcore. I played Classic era, so people were pretty slow about it, maybe. Hey, Rehab Moonlight, how you doing? All right, let me jump into another key here. Keep those 8s rolling. Maybe we could get another item crafted. Cecil says, we'll lurk for a bit. Gotta put my daughter to sleep. Well, I hope she passes out into restful slumber. Before you get in your next group, can you show me the ignore mitigation pane WeakAuras? I have it counting stacks, but the bar is still only a timer. Sorry for the questions, but I'm trying to prep my Prot Warrior stuffs. You can just grab my WeakAuras from the Discord if you want to reverse engineer it, but hold on, I'll show you here in just a second. So ignore pane, that's the reminder tracker. Okay, so I have the icon, I have the ignore pane bar, and I have the other ignore pane bar. One is duration, one is absorb. So the absorb bar, the way it works is I'm tracking the exact spell ID for ignore pane, and I'm getting fetch tooltip information. With that tooltip information, here in progress settings, I'm tracking these stacks as progress. So the minimum is 0 and maximum is 100. So you have to actually adjust the progress settings. I don't know why I am gathering. I'm a little confused why I'm gathering tooltip information. I don't know why I'm doing that, but yeah. I guess I can also check these tooltips for how much percent it is, but anyway, just stacks ends up being the percentage here. So you again, you have to adjust the progress settings manually. Vividly with your vest on top of a horrible, terrible shirt choice. Why can't I picture a Discord mod so vividly? Because they make, there's all these people making cringe TikToks and cringe reels and cringe content. You're not doing the progress settings? Yeah, you got to do that to be able to adjust what is actually determining the stuff. If you just use automatic, it's going to default to duration and stuff. Yeah, go for it. Rehab Moonlight says, I'm good. What about you? I'm doing pretty good. I had a pretty rough key today in the video that I recorded. There were 2 hunters that were kind of clowns. It was a clown fiesta all around. It was a rough run, but we did time it at the end with a little bit of time to spare, but it was a clown fiesta. I think the only reason we timed it was because people were out gearing the content they were doing. I tend to ignore the named mobs and then come back once overleveled and be the elite. Oh, okay. The bore fields of Elwyn learned to fear my alts because I'm too ADHD to not die a fair amount. Okay, so you overleveled the content. That's fair. I've been playing as a leatherworker, and I have basically the only thing that was stopping me to level leatherworking was the fact that I needed to go level my character. And so I have a lot of kill EXP on my character that it has leatherworking and skinning, so there's that. We've done an Arakara. I could do an Ecodome Priory or Streets. Okay. Let's look for that. Priory would be nice. I wouldn't say no to Priory. Especially if people actually know how to fucking dispel themselves. Or at least have something that they can use to dispel themselves. That would be sick. Oh, there we go. Is there a way to track a buff from a set bonus? Yeah, if it shows up as a buff on your bars up here, you can track it. You just need to find... So there's this add-on I use. I think it's called Tooltip ID or something like that. So when I mouse over a buff, you see that I have in the tooltip, it says spell ID and icon ID. You can use that spell ID to track that specific buff using WeakAuras. Well, you can now. In Midnight, you won't be able to anymore, so good luck with that. Zuntrax says, came across the All 10 series this morning and I like it. Recently started playing again and I challenged myself to learn tanking this time, so your videos should help me quite a bit. I hope so, Zuntrax. I try to be informative. I'm also going to be doing a beginner tanking guide once I'm done with all this. I'm going to make a tier list of tanks for pugs. And I'm also going to make a guide for beginners for tanking. And I feel like that's going to be really fun. I feel like people might get some value out of that. The tier list one will be more for fun, to be honest, though. Because the content that I'm doing, you could play literally any tank, but I think I'm mostly going to be talking about like the pros and cons of picking one tank over the other. And what they excel at is also going to be part of the focus. Are you also going to finish your WeakAuras video guides? I've kind of just killed that, honestly. I've forgotten what I yapped about in those WeakAuras guides at this point, and I kind of don't feel like it makes sense to make guides for an add-on that's going to be butchered in the upcoming expansion that is not too far away, honestly, so yeah. And then it says, I'm going to go back to lurk/doze off, and as I say when someone helped me in Heroic, may your loot be plentiful and good, and stay safe. Though with the way you pull compared to my hardcore tank, safe is relative. Yeah, well, my character doesn't get deleted when I die, so... Although, that being said, I think my pulls are some of the safest that you'll experience in pug runs. But yes, Dennis, enjoy your rest. You have a great night. What are we doing, by the way? What is this key? It's a priory. Let's go over to priory once we find our 5th. I'm just going to hover it so I can click it to teleport there once we have 5 people. So WeakAuras are going to be dead in Midnight. Not all of them, some of them though. They're removing basically the ability for add-ons to update things mid-combat. Not completely, but in the sense of in real time. So a lot of computational WeakAuras that are determining whether when you get a buff or lose a buff, they can't really change things anymore. So these sort of WeakAuras that are tracking your buffs and stuff, those are basically gone from my understanding of what people have said. So we will we'll see what it is, but I'm going to be very skeptical that we're going to be able to continue using all these WeakAuras. It works? Hell yeah. I'm glad you can make it work, Kaylin. I actually looked up. I felt bad that I forgot how to pronounce your name even after you told me. Oh, the DK left. That's shitty. I felt bad that I forgot how to say your name even after you told me. So I looked up like online how to pronounce your name, and apparently it's a combination of 2 words in Japanese, one meaning child, the other one meaning something else that I've forgotten now and I feel bad about again. But there was no way to find out how to pronounce your name. At least not in the first page of Google. Blue? Oh, a combination of blue and child. Okay. I'm going to have to relearn how to play the game. Average arcane mage damage will go down so badly. Oh yeah, but well, most people's DPS is probably going to decrease, and also I expect them to change how things work quite a lot. What about Plater? Will you still be able to track dots? I don't know. You might be able to filter out which ones are visible and which ones aren't, but I don't know about much more. Aoi is blue, Ko is child, Kaylin is Irish for girl. Okay. Blue child girl. Is that like the Blue Man Group but slightly different? Yeah, I'm a little anxious about how I'm gonna enjoy the game without my WeakAuras. I'm so used to playing with my WeakAuras and using these things to track buffs for me. I don't know how I'm going to adapt to playing with the whatchamacallits, with the cooldown manager and stuff. It's gonna be really stressful. From what Quasi said, that it's like if it's personally used buffs, shield bash, etc., then those should still work. But if a boss casts an ability, then it can't tell you it to use a defensive, from what you understand. Okay, so you'll be able to keep track of your own personal cooldowns and stuff that are in your action bars and visible up here. Is that the case? Because if that's the case, then my WeakAuras are going to continue working. That's going to be nice. I like that. From the way he explained it, yes. Okay, I'll have to take a deep dive into and take a look at what exactly they said in their interviews and stuff, because I don't know. I'm taking it with a grain of salt from anyone that isn't myself right now. It's really hard to say until tomorrow that people actually see it live. So tomorrow is when the alpha goes out, and people can see, or what? I'll be honest, if they take away WeakAuras and it changes the game to the point that it's not comfortable enough to just relax and still be able to perform, I'm just going to go play Classic. I think that if they make such a drastic change, they will also address the complexity of the game. Because right now, if you don't use WeakAuras to manage sort of like buff tracking on certain specs, it is literally impossible to do good DPS. Like on Combat, what year is it? On Outlaw Rogue, if you don't have something to keep track of your, like whether you need to roll the bones again or not and stuff like that, your DPS is going to suffer greatly for it. There's certain other things like keeping track of whether you've used up all your whirlwind stacks or whatever on Fury Warrior is really annoying. There's a bunch of examples I can think of where just keeping track of your buffs is a massive pain in the ass. Arcane Mage without WeakAuras sounds nightmarish. Yeah, and they would have to change that significantly to make it work. 90% DPS loss on Outlaw and Arcane.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I feel freaking immortal on this class. Sorry, I shut the hell up and just focused up for this one, and I don't really know why. This wasn't difficult, but I just felt like doing it. I don't know, I just felt like vibing for a moment. We're gonna AoE interrupt all these, move them all to this sharpshooter, and look for chainmail. That's what I'm looking for right now, is when chainmail will be walking down those stairs. There she is. We're going to heroic throw at her to get her attention at the start here. And then we're going to start focusing on building up our active mitigation again. I failed some interrupts here. Okay, there we go. We got that interrupt down. I'm going to stun this footman so that we don't have defensives on chainmail. I'm going to try and stack, I guess, on top of the sharpshooter, and I'll just take care of the sharpshooters. We have a lot of ranged DPS, and our healer's also ranged. I guess now I have no reason to stay there anymore, but I do want to pull that one group still. So this is a little bit awkward. There we go. These two sharpshooters should die relatively quickly, and then once they're dead, I do want to pull this group. No, I'm just going to go pull this group right now. There we go. It's a little bit awkward-ish, but I just didn't expect the sharpshooters to spread out so much and waste so much of our time. I should have pulled that group sooner, to be honest. So this is my bad about the sort of pathing here, or pulling here. But this should die quickly too, so it's not a big deal. I haven't really made a route yet to go that side. I'm going to ping this side and just go this side. Hold on, this and this is going to get pulled here. Thunderclap again, and these footmen are going to get pulled. I don't have any CC for any of these defends, so people are going to start using their CC, or they're not going to do any damage. They can pick and choose. There we go. Nice. Master Spell takes care of the affix. There we go. I'm gonna get some groceries done so I don't have to leave home tomorrow. Oh, that sounds like a really good idea. Getting a whole day just chilling. I like that. Alright, this was quite the pull. Let's do this one next. I'm gonna AoE interrupt here in a second. Now, that'll do everything. I'm going to move slightly away from here. This works. Alright. The sharpshooter's going to jump over soon. Yep, there we go. Oh, Death Coil moved that priest. Luckily, it didn't reach those footmen over there. We're going to... Okay, that thing died. Didn't have to do anything. Oh, I'm rooted. That's okay, though. This is so awkward because the ranged DPS is just all over the place, and I can't do anything about the sharpshooters. We have no DK, we have no nothing. But I'm just going to start pulling next because, like, I can't just sit here and wait for a couple of things. There we go. Sharpshooters are gonzo. But yeah, after this, guys, remind me to make a route for going left. I need to go back to going left. I've been suggested that by both Danny and a few viewers on the YouTube have suggested I do the same. Because this guy hurts a lot and is a lot more difficult to manage. The patrols here are fucking atrocious. So there's just multiple reasons to be going the other way. There we go. You know, switch from English to Croatian without thinking about it. Oh, sorry. Lad, do you ever go get so pissed off at people in game that you start ranting in Croatian? Oh yeah, I've done it. I've done it before, so definitely. I think I did so yesterday during the stream. I just started cussing a guy out in Croatian. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for these sharpshooters to move. If I move over there, I'm worried about the fucking patrol, dude. Whatever. Okay, this works out, I think. But yeah, I do it. I do also switch between Croatian and English seamlessly if I need to. To be honest, I might have to leave home tomorrow anyways in a possible attempt to getting myself a new mouse pad and possibly getting a microphone and a stand. But maybe I'm too lazy and just stay in bed most of the day. Yeah, I mean, neither of those sound like something you really need right away. I'm going to ping danger here. Please don't body pull those. That would be a real shame. Our healer seems to be struggling a teeny tiny little bit. I need to remove this from myself. 42% mana. They don't seem to be drinking. I'm just waiting. Okay. They're not drinking, so I'm just gonna go. The fact that nobody is kicking dual maul is kind of stressing me out. I'm gonna AoE taunt him. We're not gonna have lust, so I'm not gonna pull big here. I don't want to pull big without the lust. We're way too far away from it as well, so it just feels like a waste to pull massive or anything like that. This is exactly what I was going to say is going to happen. Somebody on the other side of the map is going to get charged because range just decides to play at max range, but whatever. Sure doing keys on my BDK yesterday, and I have already timed a Dawnbreaker +4 without major issues, though I need to reconsider my pull sizes. Yeah, sorry, I'm distracted by chat. It can be difficult for people to live if you pull too big or too, and it can also be very annoying to time things if you don't pull big enough. So it's a balancing act, really. Okay, waiting for things to group up so I can hit all of them. Thunderous Roar, AoE interrupt for 2 interrupts. That'll be good. Could have probably saved AoE interrupt for next pull where there's going to be more casters, but fuck them. I'm pulling in this weird sort of way because I want to stay inside of the Rain of Fire from the Warlock. Also having a bit of an issue here where I cannot trust that anyone is going to kick a single fucking thing, so grouping things is a little bit more difficult then. I don't know why people are so allergic to kicking. I feel like people have horrible UIs or something, and they just never see that something needs to actually get kicked or something. Because I swear, people understand the importance of kicking, 100%. They just don't notice or don't care, or like it's hard for them to notice and make it easy for them to interrupt. I don't know, man. I'm curious to see why people don't kick. And I'm somewhat convinced that it's a UI issue, limiting their awareness or their ability to easily pick a target to interrupt. The priest is Void Weaver, is he? Oh yeah, Entropic Rift. Look at that. Yeah, I could have also just figured that out by the giant orb. Surprised they're having mana issues on Void Weaver though. Are they flash healing a lot? No. Interesting. Oh well, anyway. There we go. 3 stacks on me. I'm kind of okay with that. I can self-heal. I can use shield wall. And then the stacks won't really do much, especially if I can mash ignore pain like I can right now. I need to move away from those circles. Everyone's safe from the circles. Thingy is across the room. That's fine. We don't have anyone who can ignore it, so we're going to have to split the stacks between us. But we should be okay. There's one. Actually, just stay boss. My bad. Stay boss. I didn't look at the boss's HP. Kabezi redeemed a hydrate. Cheers, Kabezi. How you doing? Doing good, had decent waltz? Hell yeah, man. It's good to hear. I had some upgrades, but I didn't know them. So on my, whatchamacallit? On my, druid, on my human druid, I had a myth shoulders up from champion, but they were not tier, and my shoulders champion ones were tier. And I thought, it's no problem. I'm just gonna, you know, catalyze it. Turns out I don't have catalyst charges on my freaking druid. So that was a little bit annoying. Now I have a myth piece of shoulders sitting in the inventory, and I can't do anything with it. There we go. We get the interrupt. Fireball is fine. I don't care. It's the... Is that a volley? No, that's not the volley. That's just a regular fireball. And just let the fireball go through. It's not a big deal. I wasted my kick. Whatever. We're just hoping they don't get healed. That's all I can do. I can't really see it from that angle. I think the mage might have gotten healed, but I'm not 100% sure. Where's the patrol? Patrol's going away from where we want to fight. Big master spell. Love that. So I would have pulled the patrol together, because the only consideration for the patrol is, well, we have double light spawn, but as long as you can kick the double or the triple volley, you're kind of big chillin'. And I had AoE interrupt ready, so I was going to CC them to make them line up on the interrupts, then use volley or use AoE interrupt for that. Oh, okay. I'm gonna follow up with a stun here, and the next thing should be volley. It's double volley. We interrupt AoE. Ha! Let's go, baby. Let's go. That was sick. Just gonna kick regularly now to lower some of the damage going out from the fireballs. Let's look at my DH issue. I have 2 myth track pieces waiting for catalyst charges. Oh man, that sucks. But it's 2 myth pieces, you know, that's still pretty good, isn't it? Oh no, We're gonna res. Oh no, they released. Now we have to sit here and wait for them. They could have just been resed. I guess it was one of those shame releases. I'm gonna ping this if the healer wants to grab that for us while we're here. I'm not pulling Shane, or not Shane, what? Brown Pike until the Warlock gets back up here to us. Yeah, when I get the charges, I have full myth tier. Full myth tier? Is it the best slots as well? Like the 4 slots with the best stats? Warlock is scared of using fire feet? Okay, well, let's get going now. I'm not going to pull any extra here. I wasted my interrupt. So I'm not going to pull any extra here because, oh, double, we're going to, oh, that's really fucking irritating. But understandable. They just wanted them to stop casting. We're looking for interrupts here. I can interrupt this one. Blazing Strike goes out. Use Spell Reflect and try and mash that Ignore Pain, as well as use some self heals. Alright, the 2 priests are dead. We're going to start pulling into these groups. I'm going to stun everything. Okay, Paralysis went out. Blazing Strike, we're going to shield wall here, make sure I'm safe. We're going to interrupt the priest and that Holy Smite. It goes out from the monk. We good. Got Spell Reflect again for that magic damage coming through. An interrupt goes out on the priest. We're going to go next now. So Brawn Pike is dead. All the pulsing AoE damage is gone. The reason I desync pulling these 2 groups is because I don't want all the footmen to die at the same time. That's kind of what I've been doing. It's been working quite well for bug groups. Some people like to play without nameplates on. That's fucking cursed. Stay in Delves. If you like playing without nameplates, stay in Delves. Get the fuck out of keys. Don't grief people.
Four, three, two, one.
The cursed way of playing? Absolutely. Oh god. I looked at chat for a second and I'm immediately wrecked.
Four, three, two, one.
I don't have the spear here for this, but it's whatever. Psychic Scream. Oh no. Okay, our Warlock went over the edge there to our healer went into Psychic Scream. He did get the Psychic Scream on some of them. Then that broke and they just got punched in the face really hard by a bunch of mobs. It was interesting. Oh man. No loot for us, but we get some Gilded Crests, and that's what we really wanted, because now we can craft something with Gilded Ethereal Crests. Isn't that lovely? Oh man. I think no one has patience for people not knowing, not bothering with learning their shit. Let me see, I think there was a reply to the Big Yeet. I'll take a look at what they're saying. So the Big Yeet says, do you feel like your mindset has changed since you started streaming? It seems like you have a lot less tolerance for others as the season has gone on. I think it's quite the opposite. I'm kind of okay and I'm chilling. I'm not getting super duper upset about people being bad, and people are very bad very often. That being said, yeah, I mean, as the season goes on, people get worse and worse that you play with, because all the good players are doing much higher keys than the kind of same key range that I keep playing in. So I get to play with, more often, get to play with shit players. And they are shit, because they're not bothering to learn how to do what they need to do to get through keys without it being a pain in the ass. But yeah, I mean, if I'm in a +8 key and people don't know how to do something, it's very, very irritating, because at that point there are consequences to that, right? I have either fortified or tyrannical, and if someone doesn't know, if it's tyrannical and someone doesn't know the boss fight, it's very hard to carry them sometimes. If it's fortified and people don't kick ever, it's very hard to carry them sometimes. So it's just, you know, like, I start doing keys where there are consequences, and then people sucking in them makes it miserable for everyone involved. Now, that being said, if I was just a guy chilling, playing the game, not really giving a fuck, would it be annoying? Yes. Would it be as annoying? No. Because when I record, think of it this way. I have a couple of hours at the beginning of the day to record the footage I'm going to record for my video. And if all of that footage is dog shit because people keep sucking ass at the video game, I'm going to get more upset than someone who's just doing a couple of keys early in the day. So there's different sort of strains and stresses and stuff like that being applied to me versus being applied to someone who's just playing the game. Is that an excuse for me to be an asshole? No. Am I an asshole to people? Maybe in what I say, but not in what I do in game. I don't really speak to people in party chat unless I'm saying thank you for the key or something like that, or giving them specific instructions. So I don't let that, I try my best, sometimes it happens, but I try my best not to say anything in party chat if people are bad. Because then I'm just ruining their day after that. Like, most of the time, people that suck at the game kind of know that they suck at the game. But me being mean to them about it doesn't really do anything other than make them feel even worse, you know? Because it's not like when someone's at the bottom of the DPS meter, dies the most in a dungeon, doesn't do the mechanics, and doesn't kick anything. It's not like they're like, oh, I'm so fucking good, you know? Sorry, my nose is really stuffy lately, and it really bothers me. Danny says, I just think there's a big gap in expectations. There are people doing weekly 10s and just brute forcing it through with the item level and damage. Then there are players who also want to get their weekly 10s done, but know the dungeons and no tactics, and it gets frustrating when other people are just rolling around like cranberries in a vagina. That's the Finnish saying, isn't it? The cranberry in the vagina. Kabezi says, I feel like sometimes people don't have party chat even open. Yeah, and for the most part, that's the right call. There is a vanishingly small amount of times where party chat will have something actually useful in it. Extremely rarely. And it's usually before the key starts and not during the key. During the key, you can either expect salty comments, weird questions that have nothing to do with anything, or, you know, maybe instructions that people understand but don't need to hear right now, or, you know, stuff like that. You very rarely will someone be like, hey, could you do this, and then communicate through party chat effectively. It's very rare. So you could literally play this game without chat and have the same experience for the most part. Sounds like Mike says, it honestly just boils down to wasting other people's time. We are in a group with 4 other people. If they aren't respecting my time for not knowing what their class/fights, then I'm not going to respect them. That is very true. And the expectations of them knowing how to play it go up with the key level. And honestly, 7 or higher key level, you should know what the fuck is going on, because fortified and tyrannical do actually make things a little bit more difficult, and you can't just carry them. Wait, what? Cranberry in a vagina? What the hell is that? I don't know. Ask the Finns. I really don't know. Then he says, you can say the cranberry people just don't know what to do and are not doing it on purpose to make the other teammates' lives miserable. But it does feel disrespectful if there are people doing things correct, and then there's Steve the cranberry just rolling around. Yeah, it's disrespectful. I think I've said this a lot of times before, but If you're going into a key level that will brick if you don't know what you're doing, and you refuse to go look up guides or improve your gameplay to the point where you can do those keys, if you're pugging like that, you're a douchebag and you're wasting people's time and you're being very disrespectful to 4 other people that just want to have a good time just like you do, but they're actually putting an effort unlike you. Simple as. I told peeps I will solo soak the Prairie second boss as tag. Still peeps came to soak and they died due to that. Yeah. It's Priory second boss is a unique example of people never reading chat. Like you could I don't know how you could communicate to people what to do on that boss. Everyone seems to have their own idea of how it needs to be done, and a lot of it is based on this extreme anxiety that the thing's going to blow up and wipe you, even though that has happened like twice in the existence of the key. It feels like people will soak too quickly more than anything. Devin says party chat can be used for reasons besides flaming. News to me. Yeah, I always watch dungeon guides before going into one. That's good, MT. You should, because I think otherwise, I don't know. If you don't look at guides before you go into World of Warcraft dungeons, and you're pugging, you're a dick. Simple as. That's like, I've said it multiple times at this point, but if you're pugging with people and you don't know what's like, you don't agree that if the pug you're joining isn't a specifically pug, like a specifically blind progress pug, and you're blind frogging by not watching guides, you're a douchebag. Simple as that. It's genuinely like you're just a dick. You're wasting a lot of people's time, most likely. It could be at a run where you just get boosted, but most likely you're just wasting a bunch of people's time because you're going to brick their key and or force them to carry your dumbass. So could you reaffirm how the Priory soak is really ideally handled? I know wait after shields, but since it's so commonly handled poorly, yeah, just wait for shields, then soak, and look at party HP. If people are really low, even if the shields have gone away, wait for the healer to heal people before you soak. Otherwise, you're going to fucking die. Or kill someone. That's it. Because the soak does AoE damage, and people seem to just not realize that. I don't know. But yeah, you wait for the circles, and then you check HP, and then you soak if HP is looking healthy across the group. The knowledge requirements for WoW dungeons are insanely high, especially getting into Keystone dungeons. Guides are a huge advantage. I've done seasons where I haven't watched a guide, and it's always easier having the guides under my belt, but I'm multi 3500 plus, so I also have a lot of practical experience that can translate in a way that most won't have. Yeah, it does help to be very experienced, but honestly, I've bricked keys because I didn't look at guides with not bricked keys, but caused a lot of stress because I didn't know how dungeons worked when I played with people blind on PTR and stuff like that. So just a rapidity then. Yeah, you have like 25 to 30 seconds to soak, so just give yourself time, and give the healer time is more the thing, right? Like the healer needs to have time to make sure nobody dies from the soaks happening. And also look at the resources that the party has. If you see that a paladin is prepping to run in with bubble and soak five stacks of it and for free, just let him do it. And if a DK has AMS and is going to go and soak 3 or 5, let him do it. Recency bias, but I'm in love with this new Headless Horseman mount. I got it straight away and the armor set. Yeah, me too. Oh, and I see, as I say that, I see 2 people with the armor set. One person over here, a Dark Iron Paladin, and a orc hunter. Yeah, people like the set a lot, and I understand it. I mean, it's a really cool looking set. Big Eat says, I guess I was just bringing it up because it's fun to watch you have fun, and personally you seem frustrated more often recently than in the past. I think you just... I've always been frustrated with people sucking at the game. I don't think I've been more frustrated recently, though. I think you've just been watching me more recently or something. I genuinely, like, I keep track of this very actively, and I try my best to not be salty all the time and stuff like that. So, like, I can tell you for a fact I used to be much more miserable. For as close as recently as the Blood DK series, I was much more miserable to watch. It was actively impacting people's enjoyment of the channel because I was way too salty on the Blood DK because I just fucking hated playing it. I cannot even understand how you are able to stay so calm most of the time. Experience. And focusing on my commentary rather than on being pissed. I now know 2 of Vlad's trigger words. No nameplates and PETA. This is why I don't group with him. I will suck at the game and I'm just a DPS. You can... I don't mind bad DPS as much as I mind people that refuse to do any sort of tactics. And then there's the wombo combo of people that don't do tactics, don't know the dungeon mechanics, don't do utility, don't do interrupts, don't do anything. Just sit there and fucking starfish, man. Playing WoW last 15 years, and I still rage in tens when people don't know their shit. Yeah, I mean, it's super frustrating. You're being actively disrespected by douchebags that don't want to look up a guide and want to go get their weekly 10 on their shit alt that somebody else has to carry because they don't know how to even play the character. So yeah, it's annoying when people suck in 10s. When people suck in 6s, it's whatever. Like, you can solo 6s. I'm joking. You can't. But you get what I mean. Like, 6s are so forgiving. But in a 10, it starts to get annoying. You have Tyrannical and you have Fortified. And you have an Affix that you also probably have to babysit because people are playing poorly. So it's just, it becomes a little bit, you know, a little bit much. Lad, do you push higher content at all when you aren't entertaining us? I get 3K and then I kind of chill. I don't like going into higher content. It's a bit too sweaty for me. I did go to 3.3K-ish last season. This season I'm at 3,050 on my warrior, but I don't have much time to actually play the game outside of making content right now because I'm the sole breadwinner at the moment, so I just need to spend more time doing this than I otherwise might. Okay, let's get back to actually doing some dungeons instead of just yapping about people sucking at the game. Let's look for some 8s. We've done a Priory, an Ecodome, Streets, and I guess Halls is now on the table, as it were. Those are the 3 dungeons we haven't done yet. Who will be the most desperate? Who will invite me the quickest? Let us find out. Oh, there we go, an Ecodome. You aren't pugging 20 plus? I'm gonna call you out there. Dude, I'm not a ridiculously good player. I'm above average, and that's all it takes to seem like a fucking genius compared to how shit some players are. They're changing healing again. You're just teasing me with all these changes that are happening. I need to watch all of that. Last expansion, trying to pug 20s to 25s. You aren't pugging 20s? Oh, okay, I get it now. I thought you were like jokingly saying something to me, but you were talking to Devin. Now, Devin's an experienced player. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think he's pugging 20s, but he might be doing 20s. This is not mythic difficulty. This is set to heroic. Let me just step out. Fortac X says, but to be better this time. And every time they change healing, they're not changing it to be worse. I don't think they're trying that. I think... I don't know what the changes are, so I can't really comment. I mean, if the change is that I don't have to... I don't know. I don't think damage is too spiky. I don't know though. I haven't healed 15 plus, so I can't really say. Yeah, that's 15. 25 to 20 to 25 is 10 to 15 now. It just got dropped by 10. So 10s used to be 20s.
Five, four, three, two, one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I seem to have PI for some reason. I think that was given to me instead of pain suppression, potentially. Somebody stood in swirlies and died. Oh, we don't have lust. I guess I'm gonna drums here. Okay, this warlock is just standing in everything. Bro, you gotta move out of the swirlies. I think he was on stairs, so he couldn't quite see that he was standing in a swirly. Sometimes that happens because it can be really annoying. Alright, we're gonna have to wait for the warlock again. So I took two mobs into the boss, because that way the rogue gets infinite energy constantly. They can just dot up those two with the ruptures and poisons, and they'll have a lot of energy available to themselves and be able to DPS the boss more efficiently. This group kind of sucks at taking care of the affix, but I guess it's okay. Is this demon lock sleeping? He died twice in the really, really big pull, so it looks a bit sketch, but I think he just ran across the entire room to drop that thing, so I think he might be a little bit new. To be fair, I don't think I was this bad on Piss Missile. So that's next level interesting. Yeah, the Warlock's definitely lost in the sauce. Okay, boss got healed by 1. I guess that's okay. I'm going to get rid of my thing so the healer doesn't waste any globals on healing me through this thing. If there's a master spell available, it might be a good time to use it. Big messages, I can't really read those, unfortunately. Not in the middle of the dungeon, but I'll take a look after the dungeon if they're still relatively recent in the chat. Holy pull, Vlad. That's a pretty normal pull. You just don't pull any casters, and you can do that pull quite easily. Because there's nothing. There's 3 of the lines and a bunch of swirlies, and you just get out of the swirlies, and you tank the lines, and that's it. It's really not that scary of a pull when you look at it. What I do like about this group is that they're very neatly stacking here. Like, they're stacking up on top of each other so that we can kill these mites very, very quickly. Oh, the rogue ran into the thing. Damn. Okay, one of them reached the boss. 2 of them reached the boss. Boss healed a bit, but I don't think we should CR the rogue. Please don't take the CR rogue. Please don't. CR at 5%. Love it. Makes a lot of sense. I hope we don't need that CR. That's all I'm going to say. Our healer's dead. That sentinel is not dying anytime soon. Okay, I'm gonna have to do pussy pulls for the rest of this dungeon because this group kind of sucks, so there's that, but what can I do? Yeah, I can't, group's not particularly good. I'm near the top of the damage. Not looking too spicy, I gotta admit. Not looking too spicy. Quadruple phase blade. Maybe not the call here. I sense disp. What's disp? I don't know why there's people standing on top of me in this fight. I really genuinely do not understand it. Just don't stand in front of the sentinel. It's not very complicated. Probably should not have pulled these phase blades at all, honestly. We're just gonna sit here. Yeah, this warlock is fucking clueless. I don't know if his pets are on passive or something, or like... What is he casting? I don't know. I don't know what the warlock's problem is, but he definitely has one. I'm gonna wait until we pull, until this expires or the priest does something about it. Oh, I didn't stun the Ruin Stalkers, my bad. Priest has affixes on /ignore. Yeah, I think he just opted to not bother because he's not in combat. Although, that being said, he is holy, so he can heal it. Holy Mother of God, too. I'm gonna drag in this direction. I am, I'm a little perturbed as to how we're gonna time this key, but it's whatever. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I'm gonna stun everything. We're gonna get a triple cast, quadruple cast interrupt with the AoE interrupt, and hopefully something dies by the time they start casting again. Although I find it unlikely because the group's DPS is lackluster at best. Stunning everything again. Our stalkers need to be interrupted, not CC'd. Okay, one cast going through us shouldn't kill us, so we're okay. These guys only really hurt me, so I'm just gonna go... We have Lust available, so I'm not gonna pull too much before the boss, actually. Spell priest, the spell. Oh, master spell. There we go. He does master spell. That works too. Let's go, buddy. Hell yeah. Get that bread. Hopefully someone kicks this guy. I can kick him at the very end of the cast. Paladin stuns him. Okay, I have kick available now. I'm going to immediately kick him before somebody CCs him again. And wastes my kick. No fancy shit this run. I'm not going to pull anything in the boss. We're just going to pull shit after the boss. And I'm going to lust near the start of the damage amp. Or at the start of the damage amp. I'm going to pull the boss straight to where he's going to teleport later. And we're going to have a good time here. Okay. I meant disband. How dyslexic? Oh, meant this as disband. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I know. I don't think we're going to have to disband. I think we're going to time this dungeon because it is Ecodome. It's fucking piss easy. But it's going to be a struggle of great proportions. Nice. So let's drums. Let's kick this. Oh, Blood DK gets slappy hands back in midnight. Finally, some good news. Oh, they realized that that was a really stupid fucking idea. That's good. I tried to move away so that nobody else gets hit by that. Why am I second in DPS, by the way? Why is this a thing? How is that happening? I guess we answered the stream's title now. The rogue is getting both stacks of the thing and is not using anything to save himself. He could cloak there, I'm fairly certain. Okay, 2 people dead. One person needs to get a CR. You know what I said about us still timing this? You know, I might be changing my mind here. We did get a CR on the rogue rather than the warlock. Our priest is not putting the thing down correctly. People are getting multiple stacks. Okay, we do get the actual thing. Holy mother of God. Alright, let's see if we can 4-man the rest of this fight, but this is no bueno. People just want to be near you, lad? Oh, for the standing thing. When people were standing in front of the sentinels. I'm assuming that is when you made that comment. Alright. I got a hard switch that is these javelins, otherwise someone's gonna fucking die. Big master spell. Boss should be going down here before these javelins do, so let's get that done. Release. I need percent here, it's easier than later. I've wasted my kick, god damn it. Yeah, Warlock, don't mount up. Just walk over. It's fine, bro. We're not in a rush. It's just a timed piece of content. This Warlock's on vacation, bro. He's not doing shit. He's here for the brick and the, like, what, 6 crests that you get? It's great. I love it. Talent tree getting nuked at midnight? Looking at all the talents being removed from midnight makes me feel like we gotta play BM3 button. Uh-huh. Okay. You all are making me fucking jealous. I'm gonna stop the stream after this run. I wanna go watch the fucking thing. All the changes. Holy Priest lost heal? Really? Jesus Christ. $11 minutes 40 seconds. Can we time the dungeon? 11 deaths so far. I still need these 2 mobs. I'll figure out something else to pull instead of them. Whatever. What the fuck is this guy doing over here? I've never seen him there before. He's usually over here closer to this. What the hell? I'm stunning everything so we get a second of a break. This Warlock is just not doing damage. What the heck, man? That's really freaking weird, man. That spec is not that fucking complicated. Like, I could play it well as a ranged class, so... Is he hard casting Demon Bolts? I think I just saw him hard cast Demon Bolt. I think he may be hard casting Demon Bolt. 11 casts of Demon Bolt. I think he's hard casting Demon Bolt. Like, damn, this class is so slow. I'm fairly certain he's hard casting Demon Bolt. No, he's just not casting anything. You see how much time there is between his... I guess he's casting globals, but... It doesn't look like he's casting at the time. I don't know, man. I'm curious. Like, I'm genuinely curious why he's doing... Okay, now he's doing actual damage. Interesting. So I have to turn on health bars and look at his cast bars for him to start doing damage. Also, this group's living for fucking ever. I don't know what's happening. Drain life at 100% HP. I did see that channel for a second. I don't know what happened there. I think that's a fat finger right there. Sorry, I'm turning into all those sweaty gamers that just sit there and play the game and don't talk. I'm just at this point I'm a little bit lost in the sauce. I am competing for well, not top DPS, but I'm competing in DPS with DPS in a +8 key, and it is a little bit distressing, but I think we'll be okay. You have a couple of more pulls to go. I think I have the percent sorted. We're gonna see how it works out. I'm gonna ping that I'm going down there even though I'm pulling this. I want people to realize that. Hopefully they do. I wasted my last stand there. That was not a necessary button press. Okay, I managed to group everything up. Didn't get that zap. That was my bad. At least it didn't go off during erratic ritual. I managed to get the heal done. I'm just gonna go next. Four minutes 32. We're gonna take a minute to kill this. I think it's doable. It's doable. This is percent, even a little bit over, so I think we're okay. Whew. Can we please just fucking kill this so we can move on? Alright, I'm gonna lust this. I see death mark up, I see this thing up. People are popping cooldowns. Rogue messed up. Rogue has nothing. What is the bop gonna do? Rogue's taking magic damage, buddy. I was like, wait, why are they low HP if they just got a lay on hands? It was not a lay on hands. That's not why they have forbearance. I saw the forbearance go up, but their HP didn't move, and I was like, huh? What happened to the lay on hands? But it wasn't a lay on hands, it was a bop. Oh well. Oh, we unfortunately lost the Warlock, so we lost one of our tank damage players. We do need to CR them at some point. $149 for 40% of the boss's health. If we play the mechanics as poorly as we've been playing them, I don't know, man. Rogue keeps missing their thing. Now the Warlock missed their thing. Warlock's gonna fucking die again because he probably doesn't know what defensives are. Oh, man. This not, like, this key should not be this fucking close. Priest handles the affix at least. That is something. This Warlock is fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but you are just fucking clueless. Get me the fuck out. I have nothing nice to say to these people, so I'm just gonna leave before I say something mean. No loot. Not surprised. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Holy shit. Just doing an on-stream expansion feature analysis. I don't know. I can't really interact with people properly, and then it feels like me just yapping at you. But then again, that's what my videos are, and you guys enjoy that, so I don't know. Maybe I do something like that tomorrow once I know what the actual... Like, once I can condense my thoughts a bit more. Because otherwise I'm going to be yapping a bit too much. Holy fuck, that was miserable. That was sincerely one of the more miserable runs of Eco de Moldani that I've had to endure. This Warlock was fucking lost in the sauce. I have no fucking idea what they did. Okay, so we're going to compare the number of demonic cores they got versus the number of demon bolts they cast. So let's take a look. I have a feeling they were casting demon bolts constantly for no reason. Let's take a quick look here. We're looking at auras. We're looking for... demonic core 66. We have 40 demonic cores. So they had, and the 310 reapplications. Maybe they were not using them enough, apparently. So there's 350 of them. 350 of them for Demon Bolt, 134 casts. So they're not casting enough Demon Bolts is the issue. Their damage breakdown looks okay-ish. No, the Dreadstalkers are pretty freaking low. I don't know why that's the case. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been a while since I played Piss Missile, so I don't know. But this is, I don't know what their issue is, but they need to figure it out because that damage is embarrassingly low. That is Season 1 damage. How does Warrior feel? Feels great. The damage is great. The survivability is off the charts if I'm able to focus and keep my active mitigation up. It's a fun gameplay loop of keeping up Ignore Pain and Shield Block while blasting the Thunder Blasts. I'm really enjoying Warrior. Warrior's really fun. I'm also getting quite a kick out of using Disrupting Shout to kick. Get it? Can you show what the H-Priest was pressing? This was it. They're playing Archon. They have Holy Word Serenity at 69 casts. Nice. Heal 53 casts. I'm going to go check real quick on... Do they have Light Weaving? They have Light Weaver, so they're not Light Weaving enough. So they have 112 Flash heals, but only 53 heals, which means they're not Light Weaving enough. That's my understanding of it so far. Archon? Archon's not bad. You can play Archon. And item level? Their item level was 708. What should I push on? I got too many tunes going at the moment, but I don't have the time to play so many. Got Resto Shaman, DK, DH, Prot Pally, Fury / Prot Warrior. What would you / chat do? Out of all of those, I would probably go for Prot Warrior. Frost DK for melee DPS, Resto Shaman for healer, obviously, since it's the only one you have, and Prot Warrior for tank. That's what I would do. But that's recency bias because I'm playing Prot Warrior right now. I'm curious who did this spells in that run. Hold on, this spells. Oh, Gap, thank you for gifting Joey the Disco a sub. It's very nice of you. I would vote for him to play Aug Evoker. He didn't list that, though, Marcus. He didn't list that. They all were pretty low? Yeah, I don't think anyone in the group did particularly good DPS. If I'm this close to people in their DPS, I don't know. Crimson Tempest doing the most damage for our friend here. I don't know if that's normal. I guess it is. Hammer of Light being the top here. It should... Oh, no. No, actually, with the tier set, might actually change the damage profile, but I feel like Empyrean Hammer was not up there enough. I feel like Empyrean Hammer should be higher up there. I don't know, though, what it's like for Red Paladin right now. That being said, with the pulls I was doing, 4.62 million overall feels quite low for the item level of 706. I don't know. What the hell do I know? I'm just some guy on the internet. 3 back-to-back now. It's not 3, it's 2. You use one, then you get another one that you have to spend holy power for, and then you sometimes get a third one if you get the hero talent at the bottom, if you can stack it up and it lines up. But yeah, you do spam it quite a bit. But it also increases the damage of it, and it makes it hit multiple targets, so I think it might actually overtake Empyrean Hammer, but I don't know. Just thinking of last season, Empyrean Hammer was most of your damage. You want to heal a Vlad key one day? Hi. What's up?
I want you to talk.
You want to talk about the thing? Should I end the stream? Yeah? Okay. Well, Danny wants to talk to me about the upcoming expansion and how much they're going to fuck it up in Blizzard HQ. You might be able to see her in the background. I'm going to call it quits here. I think, what do we have left for the dungeons? We have 2 dungeons left to do at +8. I'm kind of okay with that. It's halls and streets. We might do one of those at 10 tomorrow, at +10 tomorrow to finish, to start the +10 spree. And I think we're going to call it here. A bit of a shorter stream today too, but I don't know, man. The runs have been fucking atrociously bad. Like, seriously, people have been playing like fucking morons for most of the keys today, and it's a little bit exhausting. So I think I'm going to call it quits. Our only clean run was this Priory 8. Everything else had... Actually, I shouldn't say that. Arakara was also smooth. But everything else was, well... was all that. So, yeah, anyway. I'm going to call it here. Let's see if we can raid someone real quick before we go offline. And then if not, I'm going to just... call it quits here. It looks like LB Ninja is streaming. Ooh, Calibara is streaming for another hour or so, I would imagine. So let's raid Calibara. It's been a while since I raided him. Let's shoot him a raid. I'll talk to you guys in Calibara's chat for a little bit here, and then I will probably go talk to Danny a whole bunch. Again, thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you guys in probably tomorrow's stream and definitely tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.